I think it's time for another game. So we're back on Arabia. Bad news is it's Huns 1v1, but this game I like personally. It's got someone in it, VNS Bakjiofrok, who is more commonly known on this channel as the person whose name I can't pronounce, and I still probably got it wrong, but I am trying, kinda. So, this game, it's kind of interesting because it's something we don't see a lot of anymore. It used to be a really popular type of game style, and it was really effective, and I just liked it. As well, I have been watching Bakjiofro for quite a while now. As you can probably tell by the amount of games from him we've got on the channel, I've always seen him playing quite well, and he's getting to that stage where he's getting really good. So I thought I would throw another game out there just so we can keep some tabs on him. I've been watching him with quite a lot of interest, and I've also been putting him up on the channel a lot because he's been giving us some awesome games. And this one, there's nothing really different about it. So in the red, playing as a Huns, we have VNS Bakjiofro, and over in the teal we have RVK FeAge also playing as Huns, so Huns 1v1. If we check out the maps quickly for Bakjiofro, he's got these berries here, a nice kind of backwood. I wouldn't call it nice, actually, there's not actually a lot there. At least he's got kind of a little bit of an area he's going to be able to put that lumber camp into. Gold over on this side over here, deers towards the front, another gold towards the front, both boar on the front. Some more woods over here that aren't too bad, I guess. They're still on the hill, and there is also this massive hilly area here in front of his base, so he's going to be in trouble if anyone comes down here, especially if he needs to put a lumber camp over here. Any archer attacks from FeAge can be really effective down there. Same goes for this area over here. If FeAge towers like around there, he's going to have pretty good area that he can do damage with, especially with all his resources so close to the same place over here. But same goes for Bakjiofro. If he goes up to Castle Age, you can put a town center down there quite easily. So it really depends how this plays out. The resources for Bakjiofro is actually pretty poorly, actually. They're going to be really easy to attack, especially through this area over here. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to wall his map off. We look, there's just stuff everywhere. So FeAge, let's have a look. Berries at the back, not too bad. He's got both of his boar in already. Wood at the front, to the side a bit. Well, it's more to the back, honestly, but if the attack route's in through here, I'd say it's to the side. So still FeAge not with a bad location there, not with a great one, so it's nothing too bad. His main goal, though, is ages out. Same with this one here, and this stone. It's a pretty horrible map, honestly. He's got it as bad as Bakjiofro, except he has a nice back gold and back stone over here. And a nice backwood over here as well, but still they're a long way from the town center, so if they're to get harassed, chances are he'll lose most of the villagers on them. So let's just check the current exploration. Bakjiofro, he knows where his opponent's golds are, which is always helpful. He knows where the woods relatively are. He just needs to find his opponent right now, and it looks like he's looking for him now. FeAge, let's have a look. What are you up to? Looking for your opponent. He's found his golds. He knows where his stone is. He knows he's got a wood at the back here. So it's not the worst situation in the world. But the thing from Bakjiofro now is he's noted how bad FeAge's golds are and his stone is, so he's moving forward with his villagers. Fording is something that we don't see much of recently, especially FeAge going up on 20 population there, while Bakjiofro going up on 22, so that's the difference between the advance times there. But fording is something we really don't see much of these days, and they're so good. They just put on so much pressure in the early game, especially if your opponent's resources are like this. It doesn't allow them to move out and kind of expand. They have to kind of sit in the same kind of area or move backwards. They can't move out to grab these resources. So when towers and archers and things start coming up, well, mostly skirmishers are the way of the forward, but still, once those start to go down, there's a lot of damage that generally happens. FeAge is ready for this. He's got his stable up, so if Bakjiofro decides to go for an archery first and skirmishers, as we know, skirmishers get absolutely destroyed by scouts. So it might not be the best thing here. FeAge as well, putting up a bit of wall here. It looks like he's trying to stop any kind of tower going in through here. And here's the scout from FeAge. And it looks like this villager over here having a bit of a hiatus with this wolf, and I have no idea what that word actually means. Just decided to make one up. Scout coverage over here. FeAge still building scouts by the looks of things. Let's actually have a look at what he's up to. FeAge. Yes, scouts being created. Looks like he's starting to wall off this stone area over here. Definitely a smart choice. And there's a spear from Bakjiofro, so he's ready for this one to get on the defensive. What are we seeing? Are we seeing anything out of this? Skirmishes and spears by the look of it. Spears going to be extremely effective for putting on the pressure here. And it looks like we are going to see the tower come up over here. The scouts are moving out to, well, Bakjiofro's base right now. And that could be really bad for him, actually, especially because he's got no defense here at home. So he's either going to have to put on some pressure really quickly to turn these scouts around. Oh, it's going to be a tough one, actually, to see what they're going to have to do. And they're still moving out across the map. This is going to be a tough one, actually. Looks like they're starting to get a little bit of pressure on up here. This tower over here should just finish up. Yes, there we go. And in come the scouts right now. Might be forced to actually attack with the villagers here. Might lose this villager if he's not careful. And yes, gonna lose that one there. That's not good at all, especially during a ford. If you lose villagers, it could be really damaging to your economy. Because he's already got 4 of them on the front line already, so that's kind of a hard thing to do. Looks over here though, he might be able to actually wall them in if he's quick enough. But it looks like he's gonna lose another villager here, and potentially another one here as well. Come on, wall them in. No, not going to happen by the looks of it. Actually retreating there. Most likely going to lose this one. There is a spear coming back to base right now to help try and defend. But still, the defense from FeAge has been pretty solid, honestly. He's got some scouts out. He has his tower up over here. Also got his wall up here. So his opponent's not going to be able to run around, attack any of these guys here in the back. So quite good defense by him, actually. And right now, it looks like the scouts are moving out to try and just kill anything off on this gold over here, but too bad there's nothing on it. Spears are out kind of defensively around the area right now. Still did lose 2 villages though, 3 if you include the one down here, which you would, but still quite good play from him. Over here we see Back4 actually starting to take down this stone wall with villages. Stone walls are generally known as pretty much a castle age kind of thing. It is hard to get through them until you get to castle age, so until then, it's really quite hard to, but as we know, villagers do get quite a good building attack bonus, so they're going to be using that against this wall here, and it looks like it will go down. Over here, the skirmishers continuing to push out across right now, and it looks like these scouts could prove a bit of trouble over here. This skirmisher could get picked off quite quickly, as well as these 2 spears might be just enough to stop the rest of these scouts attacking. But again, spears, as we know, do take a little bit of bonus damage when they have been attacked by a skirmisher. So it's going to really come down to the micro here from FeAge. This ford has actually just put so much pressure on him recently. Fording's always really hard at difficulty, especially if you're not expecting it. If you can scout the villagers coming across the map, you're in a lot better position. But if you just get kind of blindsided like this, it can really hurt. And that one spear they're getting killed off. It looks like both of the spears are down, so we've just got skirmishers and villagers left here to clean this up. 2 pretty much full HP scouts here, and this could be hard to deal with, actually. And what's the plan now? The plan looks like it's going to be to keep going through this wall, use these skirmishes to get as much harassment as possible, and keep building spears and skirmishes. As we know, trash unit's extremely effective. Actually taking the villagers out from under the town centre. Is that the town centre villages? All these villages over here actually idled thanks to this watchtower, which is absolutely brilliant. And that's another thing about fording. It takes so much control to be able to defend well. Like we can see, all these villages over here just weren't doing anything for a while then because he was busy trying to micro over here. Because if he'd miss micros, he can lose a ton of villages. It's pretty simple. And right now he could actually lose a few as well, but it looks like they're all going back. And look at all this idle time here from these villages. Plus these ones over here. This is why fording's so effective. If you can force your opponent to do that and fight with villagers, it really hurts your economy so badly. But still, tower going up over here, so we're starting to get a bit of a reach over here. We'll stop this farm over here being used, and as well with this archery range, going to be kind of hard to get units out of that, because they will be taking damage pretty much straight away. Over here, it looks like he's moved onto the stone, so we are going to be seeing quite a few more towers come up by the look of it. And right now we see FeAge actually going onto the stone as well, so he's going to be trying to get up some defensive towers, and really Back4 is just going to be trying to get up those offensive ones in a number where he can just outnumber his opponent and take him out quite easily. Over here, just more harassment going on with these skirmishers. Mass skirmishers, always quite an effective combination. Unless, of course, you're coming up with scouts or something like that, which in case you're in a bit of trouble. Watchtower coming up here, and it looks like it should be able to cover this stone here, as well as this gold. So that's really going to hurt him, actually. It's just getting rid of a lot of his resources he's able to get. He's actually had to go to these deer down the back here. Don't know does he know this stone here exists? If he knows that exists, he's happy, but no, he does not know that this stone and this gold here exists. That's really going to hurt, actually. So that's another thing there. Proves how important that scouting really is. Right now, I've still got these scouts over here. Looks like those were the 2 that got away from the fight over here, but still, the damage was quite a lot, actually. So right now, it looks like we see Back4 retreating. He's happy with the amount of harassment he's got by the looks of things. And he's going to move back to his base by the looks of things. Either that or he's going to move around and try and get some harassment on this side. Let's see. What is he going for? Scouts are coming back in for another attack, but there is a spear over here ready to fight, and hopefully he's going to be able to take that one out quite quickly. Moving these guys around here is really going to disrupt this farming economy here, especially if he sits right here. It's going to deny access to all these farms. You got to remember, farms cost 60 wood each, which is a lot, honestly, and it's not something you just want to let go. Looks like the spearman over here getting ganged up by all these scouts. Not going to be able to take one down. Nearly killing this one, though. Still, though, it looks like this tower over here is going to be forced to be put up, and all these villagers over here could be in trouble too, actually. Going to need to get a few more spears out in this tower going up. Oh, these scouts could kill so many villagers right now. Over on this side, though, spears engaging over here, forcing all these villagers off the farms. Like I can see, all these ones here have just been taken off. There is a tower coming up on the back line here. More skirmishers over here as well being put to work. And it looks like these scouts were pushed out of here by villagers and a skirmisher, which is cool. Watchtower going up, so he's going to be able to defend a lot better. And, well, he's going to have to put another lumber camp up over here, I think, because he doesn't exactly have the best position there. Over on this side, starting to do a lot more damage, but the villagers again being taken off the farms to try and engage these skirmishers. Tower is going up slowly, but it looks like they will be overwhelmed here. The tower will have to be cancelled, sadly, and it looks like the scouts might actually be able to pick off a lot of these units on the run. Some pretty good micro here by Bactiofro. More scouts coming in from this side. This could be absolutely horrible for Bactiofro if he loses all these here. He does have a few spears, so he might actually be able to get in here and kill off a few of these scouts if he's lucky. Depending on what they go for, but he might be, if these spears just go unchecked long enough, he's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage, but still, it looks like they are getting outnumbered. There's only one spear there left, and it's slowly getting picked off by these skirmishers, so I don't think it's going to have enough. Might get one more kill. No, doesn't look like it. Getting killed off there quite quickly. Skirmishers here all dying eventually, but still, all these villages being taken off production. Like we can see, there's just a massive farms over here that aren't being used. FeAge in the score leader right now, but still pushing out with these scouts might be a good idea because he doesn't exactly have a lot of defense at home. He's got a skirmisher and a tower there. Doesn't look like a lot else, honestly. A few idle villages as well, actually. Does have quite a bit of gold there. So he does know what he's doing. He's just going to be interesting here to decide how he decides to keep pushing here. This villager here looks like it's going to start walling in this tower, but still it's not going to be enough. Those villagers will be able to take it out quite quickly. But the amount of damage he's done over here has been quite phenomenal, actually. He's managed to do a lot of damage to FeAge, and of course, just harassing his economy the way he has been absolutely great. The only problem is now, he's lost really his forward, so he doesn't have a lot of military capability right now. But his barracks and his archer range are both full, which means it's going to be hard to defend his own base. And of course, because of that, it's really bad if you get rushed by scouts, especially if he gets rushed by scouts up here. I can see him losing a lot of villages, especially with that only single spear there to defend. Scouts will be able to take it out extremely quickly, or they can just run by it and try and kill as many villages as they can. So it's starting to look a bit lopsided right now. Bactiofro is starting to get quite a bit far behind, actually. But saying that, he does have the resources to go up to the castle age, which he is doing right now. And what's the defense going to be? He's going to put up stone walls, he's putting up watchtowers, and it looks like they might just come up in time. Yes, yes. How about over here? What's the plan? Hopefully, I think he's just hoping that FeAge doesn't notice he's over there. Another tower over here, slowly going up. And it looks like it's going to be up in time. Those scouts know it. Looks like they're going to be going out across the map right now. Let's actually check what FeAge has seen. Does he know there's extra resources over here? He doesn't know there's gold over there. He knows there's stone. He knows his opponent has to be on at least one stone. So that's still going to be quite interesting. It looks like these villagers are actually managing to get the rest of this up over here, which is kind of interesting, defended by this tower, which is a good plan. It looks like he's coming out over here to check the gold, and he hasn't seen anything on it, which is good. But for all he knows, there's this gold over here, which means that if you don't have proper scouting, I nearly said scouting, proper scouting information, it can really hinder you in the late game, even the mid game, like we've seen in this one so far. He didn't know he had this stone and gold at the back here. He doesn't know that his opponent has this gold over here. Looks like he's moving in over here now, and is he going to see it? There we go, he knows it's all over here now. Looks like that spear might be able to do a bit of damage to these scouts, but still those skirmishers killing it off kind of quickly. This tower over here going to be able to do a bit of damage, but again forced to engage with the villagers over here by the looks of it. Naturally only taking, well, what, 1 damage from a skirmisher because they don't even have fletching yet. but still only that 1 damage, whereas actually if we check, Bakugo has fletching, which is kind of interesting. FeAge hasn't managed to get it yet, but with the amount of just disturbances in economy, that's fair enough. Only bad news is though, FeAge has next to no resources available right now, which is kind of a good thing. It means he's kind of keeping on top of his economy, producing lots of scouts, which is nice, but Bakugo just went Castle Age. And that's something you never want to see when you're still producing scouts and your opponent starts creating knights. That's when the trouble really starts, especially when all you've got to deal with it is skirmishers and scout cavalries. They do have bloodlines, which is nice, but still, not the best situation in the world to be in. I'm interested to see the upgrades that we've got back from Bactria right now. And this is going to be extremely bad for him. They actually have the +1 armor, and they actually have bloodlines as well, which is actually great to have. Spear getting in there, so this knight is going to be killed off quite quickly. There we go. Did do a little bit of damage there, but not exactly enough. But still, these knights are going to be enough just to kind of disrupt the economy for a bit. And if FeAge can't get out any units that can really start to deal out the damage here, or start to do a bit of damage, it's going to be an interesting one to see how he tries to deal with it. And this knight glitching out there for a second, taking a few extra hits from that spear. Looks like the horse got a bit scared. But you know, more knights are running in through here, and of course they're going to be able to disrupt the economy over here. And of course they're just going to be able to soak up that tower damage and town center damage like we've seen before. So it's really going to come down to what we see, and it looks like we're actually seeing a forward siege workshop right now. I think FeAge is starting to feel a bit of a panic here. 51 population for Bactria, 58 for FeAge. Over here it looks like he's going to lose quite a few scouts actually if these villagers decide to jump into these. Did he lose a village there? I can't tell. I can't. There we go. There it is. I was looking over here. Looks like the scouts will be taken out. And nope, it looks like they will manage to run away actually. Losing another villager there. Could lose another 2 here. Bactria definitely starting to get on top though. That Castle Age advantage is going to be really helping him out. Like we can see over here, it looks like he's killed off 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers on the gold. Looks like he's about to kill one off over here. Could kill this one off here as well. Another 2. Looks like he's going to get one over here as well. And if he runs into the economy over here, it's pretty much all over for FeAge, actually. He doesn't really have enough to deal with this. The spears that he's got out are being taken out by these towers, and still, the knight production from Bactria has been really good. I don't know how he's going to be able to deal with the rest of this, actually. This might be GG for FeAge, actually. He's in here trying to get some more harassment, trying to even out the economies a bit. 300 points in the favour of Bactria, and FeAge nowhere near looking like he's going to get to Castle Age. There's the GG from FeAge, giving it up there. His economy has taken too much damage. But anyway, great play from Bactria in this game. Definitely getting up there experience-wise. Can definitely see him getting into that kind of top elite group of players soon. And it was just great play from him, especially the forward, something we don't see a lot of anymore. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different on Huns v Huns. I'll see you in the next game.